And I wish I could edit videos. I guess I could learn, but I'm not going to. How you doing? It's Sunday. I just had a sneezing fit, like right before I press record. It's Sunday night. Thanks for the sandwich, Garth. It was good, but I'm so full and bloated and disgustingly fat creature. I need a beer, but that's gonna have to wait. Hi, everybody. Hey, Dustus, Keith, Gary, Jason, Video Massacre, Shadow Crow. Everybody, hope you're doing good on this Sunday night. And let's get into this. I'm not going to review a movie. First, I'm going to show you some books that I got. I had some VHS, but I think I left them at my friend's house. I went to show them off. I think I left them there. So I went to, my library that's like literally like 5 minutes away is closed for renovations. And I had to return The Last of Us because it's a 7-day checkout and you can't check it out again. Otherwise I would have just like renewed it on the website, but you can't do that. And I wanted to return it, so I had to go to a faraway library, and I was like, oh my god. So I went there, and on the way back I was like, let me stop at Texas Thrift, see if they have anything. VHS, DVDs, they have a ton of books, but in like 5 years of going there, maybe I found like 3 books that were worth anything. But this Saturday, like, dude, check this out. I got Terrarium from Scott Russell Sanders, A Keen Eye, A Sensuous and Exact Imagination, and A Buoyant Spirit. I got it for the cover, really, but I'll read it. In the 21st century, humanity has abandoned the earth for the enclosure, a network of cities built from the salvage of the old world, sealed against all of nature. Within the enclosure, the human race lives protected, all its material needs provided for. Within the enclosure, the citizens hide beneath masks and layers of ritual, and discontent is wiped out by the drugs and weapons of the health patrollers. Within the enclosure are a few people who want out. In Oregon City, a small group plans to escape to the wilds beyond the walls. United by something much more than just an idea, they meet in secret, but they are not unobserved. And what they found outside is not what they expect. That sounds pretty cool. It's from publishing 1985. That's a good year for books. I got Nathaniel Hawthorne, The House of Seven Gables. Just a cool cover. So I'm taking that one. Pretty stoked to find the novelization of Mortal Kombat. I never find movie novelizations in the wild. So this alone, this is the first one I grabbed, and I was like, this is great. If just this alone. And then this, A War of Shadows. Awesome cover. The most terrifying novel of biological disaster since the Andromeda Strain. I mean, maybe it's no good, but I'll find out. Yeah, I just love the art. So what I am going to review is 2 comics that I read today. I've been reading all day. I was like, man, I got so much stuff. Like, I really need to buckle down and read all this stuff and then just throw it away. But I don't think I'm going to throw these away. I read the first issue of Conan the Barbarian by Titan Comics. Dude, the art is fantastic by by Rob De La Torre. Dude, his stuff, it looks so much like John Buscema. It's amazing. Like, I'm gonna like get rid of the Marvel Conans that I got. They pale so much in comparison to this. These are like the old Marvel Conan comics they did in the 80s. Like, these are great. And I just fell into the story. I'm covered by Mike Mignola. I mean, dude, I signed up for these. And then I read Fire and Ice #1. And this is just like the Conan. It's so good. The art by Leonardo Manco is just stellar. It's perfect. I think Frank Frazetta would be proud if he saw this. And I didn't even realize until I read it that, I mean, just her face, like, there's so much, just, I get so much of the character from the art in this. And I love the movie too, so I know who the characters are. They've introduced new characters, but what I did not realize, I mean, I should have, it's on the cover, it's written by Bill Willingham. Bill Willingham wrote Fables, which is one of the best comics ever. I remember when I learned about Fables, this guy at the comic book store, James, a friend, he was just telling me how good it was. And it's about like all the fairy tale characters live together, you know, Snow White, the big bad wolf, Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk, the prince who was a toad. Everyone you can think of lives in this world. And I was like, that sounds so stupid. Then I read it, and it's great. It's one of the best series, and it had an ending. I think it's come back now. They have new ones. I haven't read them, but Bill Willingham is not only an amazing writer, but he's a pretty good artist too. I don't think he draws much anymore, if at all. But he's a pretty good artist. But his storytelling is impeccable, and it's evident in this. There's like so much, like I can get, like, there's the whole world in Fire and Ice. It's a more primitive world than Conan, I think. It's more like a jungle. I also get the feeling that there was like a past civilization, because there's like a lot of ruins. Are these ruins? Yeah. There's like ruins, and so where are those from? Yeah, Fire and Ice, man. And when I finished it, I was like, man, there's a Black Wolf on the cover. They have a Black Wolf toy. Dark Wolf, sorry. Dark Wolf, I mean, he looks so badass. I mean, if it was this good, just do a Dark Wolf comic. And when I read this, like, I was absorbed into it. Like, I was so into it that I just forgot. You know, that's always a sign of a good story. That happens a lot with Layman. When I read a Richard Layman, I'll like just go into it and just forget about everything else. And that's what a good story is supposed to do. And it happened with Fire and Ice. And after I read that and Conan, like, I was like, I'm gonna stop buying. I don't buy that many comics. I try not to, but I'm gonna stop buying a lot of comics that I buy them and I was like, oh, this is okay, this is good enough, you know. But after reading these, it's just so good. I'm gonna seriously evaluate the comics I buy, and I'm gonna just throw a lot of the ones I have away, or give them to someone. I want to throw them away, but nobody wants comics. If you want some, let me know. I have so many, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna and it's because of these too. I was like, I'll just read. You know, I like these. I've always liked sword and sorcery stuff the most, and these made me come back to it. Like, I used to, like, I bought not all, but a lot of like the 80s like sword and sorcery movies. A lot of them suck. And then after a while, I was like, I mean, I do like this, but there's Conan, Lord of the Rings, Fire and Ice, the animated film, Conquest, but Barbarian Queen maybe is okay, but I'm kind of like, I mean, I still love the Conan books, the short stories, but these have brought me back to like sword and sorcery stuff. They both get 5 out of 5, and I want to read what's happening next. I wish it was just a big story that I didn't have to wait. Ugh, man, it's gross. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna go. I gotta blow my nose. Sorry for doing that, but I can't take it anymore. But yeah, Fire and Ice and New Conan the Barbarian, dude. Even if you don't like fantasy sword and sorcery stuff, you might like these. That's how good they are. Maybe even the Fire and Ice is a little better just because it's got the pedigree of Bill Willingham. He's so good. He's just infused so much into these characters I don't even know. And sure, like the chicks are hot in bikinis, but they seem like cool characters. I can't remember. Well, it's Tigra and her mother, and her mom seems cool too. But I don't know when the next sequel. Let's see. Soon, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna go. I gotta go. I gotta go do. You know what? I'll see you later.